Now we consider the last of the big three damage limitations. This screencast lecture focuses on the avoidability or mitigation limitation. You read Rockingham County against Luton Bridge Company, a classic case involving the construction of a bridge. The contractor completes the bridge after being told to stop, and then sues for the contract price. The case also includes a disputed resignation and complex political conflicts in Rockingham County. As you can see from this photo, the bridge is now connected to paved roads, but closed to traffic. It carries a sewage pipe to a waste treatment plant. My special thanks to Audrey Brown for taking a field trip to the bridge with her dog. The holding of Luton Bridge should be readily apparent. Please pause the video now to write down your concise statement of the rule, along with the legal authority for that rule. The rule is that damages awarded for breach of contract do not include losses that the injured party could have reasonably avoided without undue risk, burden, or humiliation. Restatement Section 350 and that section's extensive comments state the same principle. As we've already seen, a parallel provision of UCC Section 2715 bars recovery for losses that could have been avoided by cover or otherwise. Note that avoidability or mitigation is an affirmative defense, so the burden of proof is on defendant, even though the burden of proving breach still falls on the plaintiff. The mitigation limitation requires the victim of a breach to behave reasonably in order to recover all of her losses. It's not technically a legal duty because failing to mitigate violates no affirmative legal obligation. But serious legal consequences flow from failing to mitigate. You can't recover for damages you could have reasonably avoided. Finally, it's important to realize that the law protects reasonable but unsuccessful attempts to mitigate. If I make a commercially reasonable but ultimately unsuccessful effort to obtain substitute performance, or otherwise to reduce losses, I can recover for the costs I incur. And I also receive ordinary expectation damages for the breach. Thanks for listening.